Yep, we're on. We're recording.
And you have a presentation with you?
Can you share a screen, or is that what you're with?
Problem. I'm trying to log in. And is it? Do you know what's the website on computer? Is Zoom?
Oh, let's see. I have the app, but
Zoom.us.
Zoom.us?
Yeah.
So shall we continue the class as per the schedule, or we should discuss what do you guys think?
I'd like to
No, as per the schedule, no issue.
So you will be recording, right, Ketan?
We're already recording.
Oh, we're already recording?
Yeah.
Okay. So our the discussion, the topic today should be, first topic, the first point that we want to discuss is examples and nature of Monia, Antray, Ayushya, Gotra, Vedni, and Nam Karma. So 2 Ghati and 4 Aghati karmas. Mohaniya and Antray 2 Ghati karmas, and rest of the 4 Aghati karmas. We want to discuss these karmas and examples. So Saurabh, if you could teach us on those karmas, that would be great.
Can you share a screen? Do you have the slides?
Yeah, I'm going to pull up right now, actually.
Jayendra and Priyanka. Can you hear us, Priyanka? I believe Priyanka's joined us.
Oh, that's great. Slides will be up in like 3 seconds. No, 30 seconds. No, 3 seconds. So you all see the slides?
Yep.
So we have multiple points to discuss today, but first of all, we'll discuss rest of the two Aghati karmas. Last time, I think we discussed Jnanavarniya karma and Darshanavarniya karma. Now we want to discuss Antaraya karma and Mohaniya karma, and then rest of the four Aghati karmas. So, Saurabhji, if you could explain Antaraya karma and Mohaniya karma and give us some examples, that would be great. So, Mohaniya karma.
One minute. I have a reference book regarding the description, narration of karmas. So it is Moksha Prakasha English version. So here we can find some detail about the nature of karmas. That would be good for us, I think. Okay, we can discuss about Mohaniya karma.
Okay.
So there are two types of Mohaniya karma:
Mm-hmm.
Darshan Mohini and Charitra Mohini. So which stops Darshan arthat Shraddhan, that is called Darshan Mohini, and Charitra Mohini, it means which produces the utmost rag and dvesh. It is called Charitra Mohini. Here in Moksha Prakasha, there's a definition of this owing to the rise darshan moha, the disposition of preserve belief is caused, due to which is Jeev believes that the twas, that is substance contrary to their nature in the form of the errorness. He does not believe as they are, but believe they are not. Due to darshan mohini, person who is having the uday of darshan mohini, so he does not believe as they are, but believes as they are not. It means he's thinking opposite. For example, Jeev Drav is full of Chetana Drav with immortality. But due to this darshan mohini karma, he thinks that Jeev is mortal. Jeev is directly associated with the body. So this is called in simple word, mohini karma. At last, thus owing to the race of the darshan moho, the disposition of the preserved belief in form of the non-substantial faith is caused in his jeev, where its rise is found intense. A more and more preserved faith contrary by the true faith is called, where it is rise to feeble, then less preserved faith contrary to true faith is caused. So the detail of this paragraph is only that owing due to Mohini karma, he does not believe as they are, but he believes as they are not. It is Mohini karma. So, like Charitra Mohini karma, as I told you, it is in cause of utmost rag and dvesh. For example, Ram, King Ram was wandering here and there for 6 months. The body of his brother, who was Lakshman. So that was the uday of Charitra Mohini. Charitra Mohini, it means the karma will provide you utmost rag and dvesh. So due to that rag and dvesh, you won't be able to think about yourself. And when you will not be able to think about yourself, how will you do Swadhyay? So it is the nature of Mohini karma. And one more, Teji, one more is Mohini karma. And which karma is?
So, I mean, I'll just read what, yeah, I mean, as Saurabhji said, when Jeev forgets oneself, regards others as his own, so does not focus on himself and but focus on others, is non-attentive towards one's own self, the karma then present is called delusion, that is Mohini karma. So it's the soul is deluded in thinking others as its own and forgets their own selves. And it is of two kinds, as Saurabhji mentioned: faith delusion and conduct delusion. That is Shraddha delusion, that is Darshan delusion. It's the same thing. Shraddha delusion, Darshan delusion, or faith delusion. Shraddha Mohniya, Darshan Mohniya, or faith delusion is one and the same thing. And then there is conduct delusion, that is Charitra Mohniya. These are the two types of Mohniya. The three karmic divisions of wrong faith are of faith delusion, and 25 passions are parts of conduct delusion. So the three karmic divisions of wrong faith. I don't know which three karmic divisions are. Do you know, Saurabhji? There are three karmic divisions of wrong faith. That is, Darshan Mohniya has three karmic divisions. And 25 passions, that is passions, that is Rag and Dvesh, are of Charitra Mohniya. So we know Charitra Mohniya, Rag and Dvesh, which leads to 4 major kashayas of 4 states, that is 16 kashayas, and 9 no kashayas, that is 25 passions. So conduct delusion has 25 passions, it's the same thing. The Darshan Mohniya has three karmic divisions. And could you tell us, Saurabhji, what are these three?
We had lost.
We lost him.
Yeah, we lost him. He's just joining back.
Okay.
Yeah, hello. Where we were last time?
So, sir, what are the three karmic divisions of Darshan Mohniya? Do you know?
Three karmic conditions of Darshan Mohini.
Is it like Mithya Gyan, Mithya Darshan, Mithya Charitra? Okay. That's Darshan.
Right.
Okay. So, one of the examples is of a drunken person, right? Who is not able to differentiate right from wrong. That is Mohniya karma, right?
Yeah.
So the next.
Mithya Charitra is a subdivision of. Then it feels like it's in both karmic paths, right?
Yeah, Darshan Mohini. It is the subdivision of Darshan Mohini.
It is a
Darshan Mohini, there are two types of Mohini, Darshan Mohini and Charitra Mohini. If we just compare that which one is more fatal, which one is more deadly poison type of thing for us. So Darshan Mohini is more dangerous than Charitra Mohini. Why? Because Darshan Mohini is a barrier in self-realization. But Charitra Mohini, it affects the outer thing. For example, it produces Rag and Dvesh, attachment and aversion. So it will not affect for more time. But Darshan Mohini, it means you are having a wrong belief and a strong wrong belief. So for whole life and in lives and life, you won't be able to change your belief due to the uday of Darshan Mohini. Both are dangerous.
Okay.
Darshan Mohini more danger there.
Darshan Mohniya is Mithyatva basically, and Charitra Mohniya is basically Kashayas.
Yeah, we can see.
Okay. Any questions? Anybody? Okay. Moving on to Antaraya karma. Karma in whose presence a jeev is deprived of charity, strength, and enjoyments of objects is called Antaraya karma. Could you please explain this more, Saurabhji? Antaraya karma.
Yeah, 1 minute. Antaraya karma is. Due to rise of the Antaraya karma, whatever jeev wishes does not happen. If he wishes to give donation, he cannot give. Wishes to obtain a thing but cannot obtain, wishes to enjoy but cannot enjoy, wishes to enjoy again and again but cannot do so, wishes to exert for manifesting his power of knowledge, etc., but cannot get manifested. In this way, whatever one wishes does not happen due to the rise of antraya karma. And due to the Kshayupsham, he desired thing materialize to some extent. One desire is great, but he can donate only a little. Some profit is achieved, and only some power of knowledge, etc., is manifested. There are two several outward instrumental causes are required. Thus, Jivi state is called due to the rays of Ghati karmas. It means it is Antraya karma, as it's a very simple paragraph what I have read over here. Due to Antraya karma, he wishes to donate, he wishes to earn some profit, but due to Antraya karma, he will not be able to get that profit. He will not be able to give that donation. Reason might be different. Reason might be different. We cannot discuss about that reason because it depends on person to person. But Antrayakam says that if I am with you, so I won't allow you to donate, to get knowledge, to do good deeds. So Antray in a single word is a hurdle in gaining dan, lav, bhog, upbhog. These are the four bhed kinds of antrayakam: dan, labh, bhog, upbhog. Neither it
Dan.
will allow you for donation, neither it will allow you to get profit. Dan, labh, bhog. Neither it will allow you to eat something, nor it will allow you to take something, wear something. Do you know anyone know the difference between uh, bhog and upbhog? Anyone is there who can make different CSL between both?
Well, from what you just said, Saurabhji, so eating something is bhog, and keeping stuff for yourself, getting something is upabhog.
Yeah, right. So what is the basic difference? What is the basic difference? You have told definition, but I want to know the logic. What is the basic difference between both of karmas? Ketanji
I don't know, Sarabji.
and Riteshji.
I do not know.
Hmm. Bhog, it means bhog which can be used one time. For example, foods. So if a person is having the uday of bhog, so he will have such type of diseases. It means indigestion. His digestion system is not working proper. He is unable to eat something because his mouth is having some disease. It is called bhog. Bhog, it means which can be used only one time. So like water, like bhojan, etc. These type of things which can be used only one time. It is called bhog. Upbhog, it means the thing which is used several times. That is called upbhog. For example, we wear clothes. We have gold. That is upbhog. Upbhog, it means a thing which can be used again and again. So due to this karma of antraya karma, it is hurdle in achieving that dan, labh, bhog and upbhog. So it is the work of apna antraya karma.
So, Saurabhji, whatever we talked about dan, labh, bhog, upabhog, it is all related to the body. But antaraya karma is a ghati karma related to the soul. So how is it connected then?
Love, it doesn't mean that the profit of money, the profit of relation, the profit of to establish a position in society. Love, it means it will be hurdle in getting knowledge. It is also the loss of your profit. It means provide you many stops, many barriers that you won't be able to study. You will not be able to reach there. For example, you have decided to go temple today, and there is no possibility that any guest can come at my home. We're trying to go over there, but suddenly our friend or some relative suddenly came to our home, but it is necessary that we will have to stay with them for a while. So it is antrayakar. Antrayakar, it means it will provide you hurdles in any kind of profit of money, profit of relation, profit of chindarsani.
So Is it profit of money also Antaraya Karma or profit of Jin? I mean, gaining everything related to Tattva, everything related to
No. Anything,
Dharma,
anything.
anything.
Antaraya Karma cannot bifurcate that I am associated with only knowledge. Antaraya Karma says that all products are equal for me. All products are equal for me as per Antaraya Karma nature.
So here I am having difficulty understanding, Saurabhji, that we call Antaraya Karma as Ghati Karma, but we still relate it to a lot of external surroundings like having a big house, having a car, gaining profit in business, able to do whatever I want to do, able to enjoy whatever I want to do. This is all related to the external bodily things as opposed to soul. And then we call Antaraya Karma as Ghati Karma. Then is this kind of here I'm a little confused. I'm not able to clearly understand. Could you please
Okay.
explain?
These all karmas, these all karmas in the form of autumn, these all karmas is what with soul. So those karmas which directly affects the nature of soul called ghati karma. But those karmas which cannot affect directly, uh, these are called aghatya karma. If we talk about antraya karma, so antraya karma is saying that you won't be able for labh. You must not consider over here that dan labh bhog bhog simultaneously you can gain, you can know, you can have, but it is only the purpose to tell antraya karma is only that you must be able to understand that the thing which is happening in my life is the result of my deed. It might be previous deed, and antraya karma it provides you unknowledgeable condition. It is virtual thing, and antraya karma provides you poverty, or will not be you will not be able to get something due to antraya karma. It is clear,
So
Teji?
can we use another example here? Let's say
Yeah,
that you have a spouse who does not follow Jainism principles and prevents you from having Jain class every Saturday.
yeah,
That would be Antaraya Karma, correct?
yeah, that would be antraya karma, sure.
So, and what we're saying then, it is that karma will eventually shed as we gain more and more knowledge, correct? And as paryay, natural changes in life occur, that will shed away as you get closer to understanding your own soul, correct?
Right. But the more important thing is that antraya karma will not will be a hurdle in gaining knowledge also,
Hmm.
profit of knowledge also,
Yeah.
profit of giving donation also.
Yeah.
Okay, so antraya karma is directly associated with soul because these things are associated with that. Second thing is that these are karma. Karma doesn't know whether I'm ghati and aghati. Karma doesn't know that these are ghati and karmadi, ghati and aghati, but it's the nature. For example, nature of ayu karma. Ayu karma clearly provides you the statement that all of you must listen carefully, that I am ayu karma. You think that you are having livelihood, you are alive due to taking breath, due to taking food, due to taking water. But this karma says that no, if the balance of mind has ended, no one can save you. Okay, Pratesh ji, sorry, Ketan ji,
Gee.
So,
is it clear?
Saurabhji, Saurabhji, you said that, I mean, I totally understand that karmas do not understand their ghati or karma, they are carbon particles. So, can we say all the ghati karmas have external and directly related to soul? They have both the roles, as opposed to aghati karmas who do not have any relation to the soul itself. They do not directly affect the soul, but the ghati karmas, they affect the soul as well as bodily. Can we say that or no?
No, these all karmas are a heap of atoms, which is called pudgal. So definitely it will be helpful to gain pudgal, because it is the property of that karma is that it will grow and will attract next generation money, etc. might be. So you can say that it is associated with the external things as well as internal.
Okay. So if I have to, let's say in an example where I'm asked to donate, so someone asked me to donate, but and within my soul, I don't want to donate. I'm just doing it because I'm asked to do it. So what is the role of antray karma here? I'm actually doing an act of donation, but in my mind, I'm not willing to donate. I am just doing it because I'm asked to do it. Someone who is superior to me is asking me to do it. That's why I'm just doing it without my intention to do so. So, what is the role of antray karma here? Did you get that question, Saurabh? Did we lose him?
No, he's still here. Yeah, we
Yeah.
lost.
Did you get that question, though, Ketan?
Yes, I did. I'm not sure I know the answer, but I think it's a good question.
I mean, because whenever we talk about antray karma, we talk about in relation to external surroundings, and then I'm kind of confused. But he says it's related to both external and internal. So in this situation, antray karma would be that the willingness to donate is not there because of antray karma, but you're still doing it externally. And then what part would be that the external action? Um, that I don't know what would be, but definitely antray karma will not the blocking it's blocking your desire to actually do the right thing. That's antray karma acting at your soul level,
Hmm.
but yeah, externally you're still donating. I don't know how to explain that part.
I think the fact that the prevention part is the antrakarma. Priyanka is there?
Yeah, I think it may be external or internal, and it can be external and internal.
Right. So now in this example, how do you explain?
I think in this example, as you said, it is affecting internally, but
Right.
it is not affecting externally because anyhow we are making the donation without any intention to do so.
I
Okay.
understand your dilemma, Pritesh.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure I'm clear.
Yeah. Because until now I always thought antray karma was related directly to soul, but when you're saying if it's related to external situation too, um, and of course in every action all the seven karmas are involved. uh, Eighth karma may or may not be involved all the time, but seven karmas are all always involved at least. um, so this will be not right of me saying, oh, this is primarily this karma, and everything is acting together at the same time. Primarily, your desire to actually not donate despite having all the resources, um, having or not having, but the desire of not um donating is itself because of antray karma. So that's definitely clear on that front, directly related to soul. The action that you're doing may be a combination of all the other karmas. Mm, um, Guess we'll get more answer when Surabhi joins again. That guess until he comes, shall we move on to the non-destructive karmas and adhati karmas and read a little bit about that? May help us understand the previous example a little better, maybe.
Before we go on, I have a question for both of you. I'm sure that one of you two know the answer to this. Fundamentally, in terms of eggs and honey, is it because there's a lot of bacteria in eggs and a lot of bacteria in honey? Or is there something that else that I'm missing there that it is such a large pop?
So egg itself is a um, and I know the fertilized and unfertilized egg issue comes up, but
Right.
egg itself is a jeev, is going to be a five-sensed being that they're eating.
Even
That's
when it's
almost
this is the constant counter argument I get when I try to explain this, right?
right.
It's not
Unfertilized.
fertilized, right? That's the constant argument that you get. So when it's not fertilized, then is it still because it has that potential of being fertilized, or is it because there are other things inside the egg itself?
It has the potential of being fertilizer.
Because it has the potential to be fertilized.
That's even I would say that I don't know 100% if there's more to it. One thing about honey I can tell you, honey is the regurgitation of saliva from the bee, as well as there are lots of eggs in it of the honey bee. And as far as I know, our saliva itself has a lot of Panchendriya Jeev in it. Asanghi Panchendriya Jeev.
Yeah.
So I don't know if honey also has Asanghi Panchendriya Jeev in it. That's why it's Mahapap. I would think so, but we'll ask Saurabh more when we can. If you know, Priyanka, do you know more about this?
What did you say about Panchendra Jeev here?
Asanghi Panchendriya Jeev, in our secretions, in our bodily secretions, we see Asanghi Panchendriya Jeev. Honey is a regurgitation which includes saliva of honeybees, and also it has lots of eggs. So it is.
Now one of the counter arguments I have heard in regards to honey is that purified honey actually does not contain eggs.
Well, when they purify, they literally kill the eggs. That's how they purify.
No, that's not. I have a friend actually who's a beekeeper. And the way that he does it is basically it's a filter process, so the eggs itself do not get killed.
Okay. I don't know the answer to that then.
But it's still, I know that it's Mahapap to eat honey because it's a bodily secretion. But I'm not sure that I understand the connection to that and why it's such a Mahapap, because if you think of it that way, drinking milk is a bodily secretion as well. Cow's milk. And that's not
on the same lines, you can also argue eating non-veg, right? If as animal has died of natural cause, then what's the harm in eating?
No, that's true. That I agree, but
it goes along the same lines, right?
Yeah.
And that the rationale that I have always heard is we look at this in a actually narrow perspective. The bigger perspective is eating all these this is the kind of food this is that triggers intense passions. Anantanubandhi kasha is in you. And it prevents from samyak to achieving samyak to it creates lots of clouding, it dilutes you. And it affects you at that level. And that's why you should stay away from all this. But at micro level, I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, I'm very curious about the micro level. I understand the big picture issue.
Right, because they wouldn't understand when you're arguing with people, they wouldn't understand the macro level. Micro level is what they.
That's correct. So when I'm trying to make the argument with people, that's why I'm trying to learn a little bit more about it.
That applies to alcohol too. At macro level, we understand. Same question happens, and we know there is non-veg involved, there is gelatin involved, there is lots of things involved. But they're going to say, what's the harm, right? If you take, what's the harm?
But that one is a little bit more clear to me because the alcohol comes from, like wine is fermented grapes or fermented hubs. For the process of fermentation itself requires many ekindriya jeevs, right?
But then you can explain that in a way that yogurt is fermented.
That's true.
So if you eat bread, yeast and bread, exactly.
So that's a very difficult counter argument as well.
Right, and these are all because we are doing in a totally different. We are arguing against we're arguing on a wrong line of argument. I think when we are going at micro level, we are forgetting the big picture. And if the thing is, the one who tries to argue about this, they generally want to do that, and that's why they are doing counter argument on you. They want to do it. They are. It's not like if you give them good rationale, they're going to stop. You talk about non-veg, they're going to give you the same rationale. So it's very hard for them to. Everybody knows. Alcohol. We see alcoholics every day in our lives. I've seen kids. I have patients who started drinking at the age of 6 and 7, and I know what happens at the age of 30. I've seen them. It's so bad, and
Yeah.
I'm liver and pancreas specialist, so I see them every single day.
Sure.
And it always starts with one beer after all.
Yeah.
But these are tough questions when you go to micro level, because they're always going to find something, because we are totally we're not even supposed to argue on that level. There is no winning on that situation, because we are trying to swim against the tide in that fashion by forgetting macro level.
The whole intent of this conversation was to help, when you're teaching others, to make both the macro and the micro argument.
Yeah.
The macro argument is almost a little bit easier in some ways, but the micro argument is more difficult because there seems to be paradoxes in it, right?
True. Now here it applies to the clothing part too. The
Yes.
kind of dress people wear, right? It's so hard to explain. I mean, you will do all sorts of Jainism, but next day you will go and wear all kinds of clothes, revealing clothes, and then you're like, what's the problem, right? It's so hard to convince them that shield is such a big stuff, and if you reveal yourself, you're triggering those kind of thoughts in someone who's watching. At the same time, you have those kind of thoughts in your subconscious, and that's why you're doing it, and it can lead to narc and anantavandi kashaya. But that macro level discussion, it's so hard to explain to others. I mean, they'll do everything right, but next day they'll go and wear such clothes, and it's such a paradox. They don't see any rationale, because we're trying to intellectually understand every single thing, and if we cannot explain, that's it, I'm doing it. But because subconsciously I want to do it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you're not. I think part of the problem there is that you're not far enough in your journey towards Jainism principles to really even grasp it. It's the same concept as a guru teaches 10 students, the 10 of one of the 10 students may understand it fully, while the other 9 may not. I think it's the same concept there, is that you have to be prepared to accept that thought process.
Absolutely. And this also matters, who is teaching you, who is telling you. If let's say I'm telling 10 people, it's not going to have as much effect. But someone who follows charitra, someone who is Sayyam, someone who has reached that level, their single word will have so much of, the thing is, their rag and dvesha is so minimal that their every word has amazing effect. And they have no expectation when they're saying these things. So the effect of that word is much more than when I'm saying it. So, and it percolates very easily when someone superior to you is actually saying these things, who is actually following it without any intentions, without any ulterior motive. They're just giving you the information, and they don't care if you follow it or not. They have just the same attitude towards everybody, because they're focused on their own soul and not anyone else.
Right.
These are all tough questions, and I wish Saurabhji was here and Lord Praise.
I know, I wish too. But maybe we can pick this up at the next session.
Absolutely.
I'm sure Saurabhji is going to be coming back, and it's noon already.
Absolutely.
But, maybe we can pick it up here. But good discussions.
All right. Excellent. Okay. Thank you, Ketan, for great discussion. Thank you, Priyanka. Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Mm.